go live. So stream is starting now. Let's see if this is working. Hey everyone, let me know in the chat if the video and audio is good. Okay, let me just refresh. Okay. Hi everyone, we are live apparently, so let me know. I've got the chat on. Hi everyone. Hello everyone, can you hear me clearly? That's the most important thing. And we don't have any weird fuzzing or anything. Okay, good. Let's see where we are at. Today we are doing a Death Stranding on Mac livestream. However, I am still currently waiting on this to finish downloading. This is very nearly done. So we are 74 out of 77 gigabytes done. So in the meantime, in my last live stream, I tried to play Tekken 8 and I thought I might prove that Tekken 8 is working at the moment on a crossover on Mac. And then in a few minutes, we're going to dive straight into Death Stranding Director's Cut. So for some reason, the Mac App Store version of this app is like really slow to download. I actually play it fine on my iPhone, but on the Mac App Store, I've seen lots of reports on the Mac Gaming subreddit. This is actually going really slow for a lot of people. So basically, I'm going to wait for this App Store download to complete. And in the meantime, we're going to load up some Tekken. So this is Tekken 8. And I'm running this on the M3 Max chip. 4K resolution, high settings, AMD FSR set to quality mode. And it looks pretty damn good, to be honest. Okay, good. So I've just checked my chat. Let's have a look and pop the chat up into the screen here. So yeah, so last time I couldn't get Tekken 8 to work, but this is a version of Tekken 8, which is the I'll call it the unofficial version, and I think that the released Tekken 8 is not working correctly due to some kind of DRM, even though the demo works fine. So it's most likely something to do with like online play or something like that. So you know, this is Tekken 8 running through crossover, DirectX 12, and if we use I was going to call it a DRM-free version of the game, this actually works pretty well. It's almost flawless, 4K at high on the AMD FSR quality mode. Pretty much no stuttering or anything like that, and looks fantastic on this M3 Max chip. I know a lot of people were disappointed that you know, the demo we could run quite easily on this, but we couldn't get the retail release working past the main menu screen, so it's a kind of a weird one. Okay, sound is clear. Yeah. So Dare says, glad you're playing from the App Store and not from Steam. Yeah, well, you can't play from Steam because this is an App Store version. It's shared between iPhone, iPad, has various iCloud features, and the good thing is that it is on sale, so it's only $19.99. So it doesn't have ridiculous retail pricing because it is like around 2 years later than the Director's Cut release on PC and console. Bro managed to run Cyberpunk via crossover, mind blown. Yeah, Cyberpunk works really well on the Apple Silicon Mac, and you know, there's an AMD FSR3 mod with frame generation, which I'm going to be testing out in the near future. It's going to run even better on Apple Silicon Macs. Okay, how do you think Apple can compete with huge games library of Steam and consoles? Can't really compete with consoles at the moment because Apple just doesn't have the kind of games library necessary to kind of blow PC, Steam, console libraries. We're getting a drip feed of tiny AAA games, and for basically every other game, we have to run it through the Windows version through crossover. So that's the only real way to expand the quite meager library of the Apple Silicon Mac, to be honest. Let's have a look. If you have the Steam version of Death Stranding, have they updated it with the Mac version? I'm afraid not, so there is no Steam Mac version. You're going to have to get it from the Mac App Store. So I'm just checking my download here. 70 76 out of 77 gigabytes downloaded. So going to be ready soon to play some Death Stranding. Let's play a bit of Tekken 8 just to get this, just to amuse ourselves while we wait. Do any of you guys play fighting games? And Tekken series is one of my favorites. But I'm not particularly good. I never really evolved past, you know, playing against my brother and my cousin, you know, Tekken 2 and Tekken 3 about 25 years ago, I think. But, you know, Tekken 8 looks gorgeous, especially running through crossover. Okay. The FSR3 mod for Cyberpunk is brilliant. Yeah, I will be testing that out very soon. There are, as far as I can tell, there are multiple competing versions of the FSR3 mod. So there's a version by some guy called Luke, which is kind of paywall behind a Patreon. If there are any other versions that I should test out, then please let me know, especially in the comments. I'd love to know which one is the best before I launch into that, make a tutorial video about that, etc. Yeah, Tekken 8 steady 4K 60. This is running on high settings and AMD FSR set to quality. So in the menus here, we're getting about 40, 41. But generally speaking, it's pretty solid. I could turn it down even more. If I go to medium, it's completely solid 60 FPS at 4K. Obviously, you can't see 4K here because I'm streaming at 1080p. But basically, it runs really well. I'm recording locally at 60 FPS as well on my streaming computer. I really like this cool kind of arcade system. It really feels like a lot more immersive than playing you know, random 8-stage arcade. Okay. I mean, how can they improve? Can they convince game developers to port their old games AC? There's not really much money in old games, to be honest. There's money in live service games, like free-to-play, you know, games like Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, those types of games. And perhaps you might even call Tekken 8 like a live service game, because a lot of their money is made through DLCs and costumes and unlocks and kind of season passes. You know, this game had a lot of you know, a lot of pre-order DLC, deluxe edition, etc. Like I've said in many of my other videos, right? It's not a technology issue. You know, it's not a DirectX 12 issue. It's not a Vulkan issue. It's a customer base issue. There's not enough people on Mac to justify the porting costs, even if you have a ready-to-go port ready to go. For example, Genshin Impact and Call of Duty Mobile, they have iOS ports which are, you know, fully native for Mac, but they just won't do the full release. They won't tick the button to make that whole thing happen. And, you know, they just need to patch in keyboard, mouse support, add a few graphics settings, and then it'll be ready to go. But they just won't do it because the user base is just not big enough. Okay. YB says, watched your review of... Let me just make this bigger. Let me make my chat bigger because I cannot see. Da-da. Need to see the chat. Okay, I can see on my mail chat window a bit bigger, so I can't see. God, I've got a lot of chat to catch up with. Death Stranding will start soon, once it finishes downloading. What the hell? Let me check. Are you kidding me? It just said it was like 76 gigabytes out of 77, and now it's just giving me an error message. This is very irritating, but I'll give that a minute to kind of figure itself out. Let's have a look. Let's keep going. Okay, let's see.
Get ready for the next battle.
Quick question from GN4WS. I'm able to play Palworld on my MacBook Pro 16GB. Successfully perform performance boost according to instructions. Planning any more videos in this direction. Not much more I can say about Palworld. If you can figure out anything else which is able to get power working even better on low spec machines, I mean M1 Pro is pretty good, to be honest. It should work pretty well. How does it perform for you on the M1 Pro? It should be alright. I don't have an M1 Pro to hand, so I can't test, but it works fine on my M1 Max. It works okay on my base M2 MacBook Air with 8GB of RAM. Wouldn't really recommend 8GB of RAM, to be honest. I tried the T8 demo on M2 Pro, 8GB, but it's unplayable. Okay. Oh. I don't know why the Mac App Store is doing so poorly at the moment. Let's have a look. Are you kidding me? So on my screen at the moment, I don't know if you can see, but it's basically saying, oh god. So I basically had it, it said like 70, it said 70GB earlier, then it gave me an error message saying it couldn't download. I found this with the Resident Evil 4 download as well. It was like, my Resident Evil 4 download took me about 3 hours to actually fully download, and it's very irritating because I planned the whole stream around this. God, I thought, yeah, I time it perfectly just right so that the stream will start a few minutes after my download finishes, and then it gives me this bloody error message. Okay, so that's a real shame. I wonder how this is going to turn out, because you see, I've got 2GB downloaded. 2GB downloaded out of. I have to get in really close because I can't see. It's like 4K text size. It's tiny font. But yeah, I'm basically downloading at 13 megabytes per second. So it's nearly 2GB out of 70. So I wonder if that's going to give that error message again. Be a real shame if it does. But I guess we could play some other games while we're waiting. I'll have to retitle the stream all over again. Really annoying, really annoying. Let's see. Okay, well, yeah, per Osling. Took me 3 hours to download on 250 megabit. Well, I'm on about, on my 5G router, I'm on about 150 megabit. And, you know, it's not maxing out my connection in the slightest. So, I have no idea why the Apple CDN is so bad. Like, why is it so slow? Because it should be, it should be as fast as the Apple, the iPhone App Store, but it's just way slower for some reason. And loads of people on the Mac Gaming subreddit have had issues with this so far. Okay, let's play a little bit more of Tekken 8 and then just have a think about what we're going to do next. Okay, good. Has anyone else tried Buckshot Roulette on the M1? I have no idea what that game is. Helldivers 2. So Helldivers 2 releases in 10 days. Will you help out with that, please? I will definitely have a look at that. Helldivers 1 works. I know that through crossover. But does Helldivers 2 work? I have no idea. It's very hit and miss with these games. For example, Tekken, right? Tekken demo worked great. The full release, not so much. You're gonna have to use what's called a repack in order to get this to work, which is a real shame because there's probably some kind of DRM or something which is preventing the game to work. I only really want to play single player. I'm not really that interested in online multiplayer because I know I'll get destroyed online. But there's some kind of fix with the Steam Deck. I know that, which could easily be ported to the crossover side. We'll kind of wait and see how this works. What is this? What's happening here? Okay. Okay. Does that mean extended T8 stream? I think I'm gonna play a different game. Maybe maybe I'll do some Cyberpunk. I won't do a FSR3 stream because I haven't installed the mod yet. But I might play something else. I don't know yet. Nothing that requires me to go online. Okay. Will I make a video on Fortnite coming to iOS through sideloading? Yeah, I will do that. So the Fortnite apparently is going to be delivered through an Epic Game Store, which is going to launch on the iPhone in the future, in the EU anyway. So when it happens, it happens. There's really no reason why, you know, there's no reason at all why Fortnite on macOS couldn't come before sideloading on the iPhone App Store, because you know the Epic Game Store on a Mac is completely free of any Apple commissions. There's no 30% commission, so there's no reason why, say, Fortnite couldn't come back to the Mac. It'd be awesome to see, you know, Fortnite with metal effects fully implemented, ray tracing, all of the Unreal Engine 5 kind of features. Yeah. Can you see my message for once? Someone made a GTA VC port for Mac Native. Do you want the link? I've already done a video on that. I made a video on that like 2 years ago. GTA 3 RE. And it got demonetized because of Rockstar deciding to basically demonetize everything to do with this open source port. And you know, it's only recently we realized that that was because they were planning this definitive edition remaster. And now you can play the definitive editions through the Mac App Store, at least Vice City. So yeah, I've done a video on that already. Check out my back catalog from a couple of years ago. It didn't get demonetized. It got kind of partially. It got limited, revenue limited, which means that I can't really earn money from that video. Okay. How does the 14-inch M3 Max perform? Does a gaming throttle? Personally, I don't really care about throttling that much. I've heard that it does throttle, but you know, if your laptop throttles, you can just get a fan and blow on your laptop, and make sure that it's not constricted in any way. Like this laptop's got the vents come up between the hinge here. Just make sure that that's free up. Okay, will you make a yeah, PogChamp, I've already answered your question. YB, I've answered your question too. Jim says, I love your channel, just shows more than enough proof that Macs are capable of games. We just need the games. Yes, definitely. We need games like Tekken 8. This would be such a cool addition to the Mac gaming lineup, especially because it works so well. You know, I know I'm using an M3 Max chip here, but it's if it can run through translation layers, it'll run beautifully through an actual you know, natively optimized version of the game. Or at least we can get games like, you know, Street Fighter 6. All of these games could work beautifully. I know Street Fighter 5 works. Okay. Bro. I've had to redo Death Stranding download 3 times now. Very frustrating. Hope it works for you this time. Have a good stream. Thank you, Mac Pro Tips. Okay, so I've done my #1 redo. Oh god. 4 GB out of 7. So annoying. God. Okay. Well, I'll have to turn this stream into a different kind of stream then, because I basically spent all morning trying to download this game, and I don't know why it's taken so long and given this crazy error message, because it almost finished. Didn't do anything strange. Okay. Play a bit more Tekken 8 and then I'll answer some more questions too. I just tried the method for San Andreas. Works. You need a gamepad though. Thank you, Actual. Yes. Because of the lack of touch screen support, you basically definitely need a gamepad for that to work. Which is a shame because, you know, the PC controls basically exist. So, you know, they ported. What they did was they for Grand Theft Auto, they basically wrapped the game in Unreal Engine, and made it a multi-platform port, right? And so the things like key bindings, mouse control, all of that is in the PC version of that Unreal Engine port, right? It's just that they just need to implement that on the Mac App Store versions. There's no real reason why they wouldn't do that, why they can't. They just don't want to put in the effort. Like I said, right, it's even that meager amount of work that's required is just not being done, which is a shame because the hardware is perfectly capable. I mean, if it can run on an iPad, it can run on a Mac, albeit at 30 FPS, I suppose. KO. Death Stranding looks sick. Yeah, it does look pretty good. I'm less convinced of it as an actual game than it is as a tech demo. I've heard it described a lot as a walking simulator. You might need a controller to play that game because there's like so much stuff you have to hold down in order to get it to work. But yeah, it looks pretty interesting. Am I some kind of Tekken prodigy? I've been playing the game for a while, but I'm not really that good. Oh, this guy's got a joystick as a control stick as an actual pad, like a back. Okay, I'm hoping to find some competition, but looks like I'm in the wrong place. This guy looks serious. Cowards. There's no one I can fight for real, and I don't have any interest in wasting my time on fake matches. Tekken is about playing however you want. There are some wrong ways to play Tekken. Okay, let's skip this bit. Let's fight this guy. Am I gonna do it? Oh, I thought we'd be fighting Gong. Let's do this guy. Okay. Installing Paladins via Heroic Games version does the game run? So Paladins has this weird anti-cheat system. Whenever a patch releases, you can play the game via crossover, kind of temporarily, because there's like a kind of grace period whenever a patch is released, where the anti-cheat doesn't boot you out of the game straight away. But basically, you can't run it at the moment. Play Death Stranding. I wish I could play Death Stranding, but it is doing a re-download. So Mac Pro Tips has said that this, let me see. Every time I look at this, I gotta look really close. We're like about 8% downloading again. I hope it doesn't like crash again, because basically it said that there was an error message right when the stream was about 5 minutes in, where I thought that this would actually complete, but it turns out that sometimes when it gets to the end, it just has an error message, which is very irritating because I try to time the stream exactly for this. So I'm really sorry to disappoint everyone who's come in to see Death Stranding. Unfortunately, I can't get it to work. So I'll be testing out other games today. So I'll be playing a bit more Tekken 8 and then I'll try something else. Let me know in the chat what you think I should do. Thank you, Ranveer Badhan, for that super chat. I really appreciate the support you've given for this channel. Let's see what else I can play. Okay, don't need tutorials. I have 3 definitive editions of GTA for PC and install them in crossover. Keyboard and mouse works fine on them. Yeah, in Kira, that version probably works best if you run them through crossover. But technically, the iPad versions are native. They're native in the sense that I know that they've been wrapped and they're not very efficient. Kira, can they run at 60 FPS when you run them through crossover? Lucas asks, you had problem in Palworld with DX12. Mine was working and then just black screen DX11 works. I haven't tried it recently since I made that video, but a lot of people have said it works fine. A lot of people have had some issues, and I wonder, you know, it's a weird case if it worked before and now it doesn't work. I wonder what's causing that. Is it some kind of settings issue? What frustrates me so much is that there are so many games friends of mine who want me to join in, but even with an M2 Max, it just won't run because of easy anti-cheat. Yeah. Anti-cheat is the real bane, especially of live service games. Basically, they're terrified of people cheating. They don't want translation layers, and they don't want to build an anti-cheat specifically for macOS. Oof, my first loss. If you can, please bring more tests to the M1 base chip. Yeah, the thing is, right, that I've done hundreds of videos on the base M1. People ask me this a lot, and when I do Death Stranding, I will look at the base M1 chip. But basically, I've done hundreds, maybe like 500 videos, cataloging performance on the base M1 chip, because for the longest time that was all that we had. This is the only Apple Silicon Mac that we had, and for like over a year. So I'm quite happy, especially looking at new games, to making sure that they work and that they're not limited by the actual power of a Mac, that the compatibility layers all work, and then I'll kind of scale down. So I'll test Death Stranding out on the M3 Max chip, and then what's going to happen is that I'm going to look at the base M1, see what settings are required in order to get that to work on a Mac. Is this law? Yeah, I can get 60 FPS at 1080p. Yeah, what settings are you using, Enkira, to get that? Is that like on medium, low? Think Again says, why Rockstar start making games for Mac, even they port that against the iOS but not Mac? Like I said, it's a user-based issue. The Mac is an afterthought. They make way more money from iPhone and iPad, like completely different levels. They just won't put in the resource. I mean, you have issues like this Mac App Store problem, right? Like, I'm trying to download this game. 75 gigabytes of data, basically wasted because of some kind of weird App Store issue where I get this error message, and it's happened to Mac Pro tips as well. Very, very annoying. And, that's one of the reasons why you can't really take Mac gaming that seriously, because if you have the Mac App Store is terrible, right? Like, as a downloader, as a full discovery of games, it's an awful system. And basically, developers like Rockstar, even though they have iOS versions that work pretty much perfectly on a Mac, they just don't want to spend the time making putting the effort into making a Mac version work. How am I playing Tekken 8 on the Mac? Well, I'm using Crossover to do it, and I'm using the non-Steam version. I'm going to call it the non-Steam version, because the full retail release has some kind of DRM preventing you from being able to load up past the main menu. Okay, if Apple partners with Rockstar to bring GTA 6 to Mac before PC and make it exclusive on console on Mac, I think that will make Mac gaming. Rockstar have re-released GTA 5, for example. They've triple, quadruple dipped it. They've released it for PlayStation 3, 4, and 5, and they released it on PC, and they've released it on Steam. They released it on the Epic Game Store for free, and they've put it on the Rockstar launcher. You know, they've dipped into that game so many times, but they still ignore the Mac version of this game because there isn't enough of a player base to justify the various costs involved in porting a game. So GTA 6 as a Mac exclusive is really impossible to think of because not even Red Dead Redemption 2 or GTA 5 are capable of running on the Mac because they just didn't want to put the effort in. You should download Death Stranding first, bro. I am downloading Death Stranding first. It got to 99% and then it gave an error message. The App Store for the Mac is terrible. It's currently downloading at 3 megabytes per second, despite having a 1 gigabit per second speed. You probably don't have 1 gigabit per second speed. You probably have gigabit, which is a few hundred megabytes per second. But still, yeah, I take your point. It is throttling. The thing is, though, the effort to see how the Mac version would be is literally a checkbox. Yes, I know it is literally a checkbox. It's terrible. Have you compared the speed differences between games and crossover between eSync and MSync options? It's different for every single game. So this is this Tekken 8 is currently being run through MSync. I'm running this through crossover using D3D Metal. So it manages to work pretty well. So I can play a bit more. I might play a couple more rounds and then maybe I'll change character. Let's change character. I've been playing Xiaoyu for too long. Xiaoyu. Say some Jin. Always support you though. Yeah. Thank you, Union. Any hint on when you get this non-Steam version? Not without breaking a lot of rules. I'll get my video demonetized if I say exactly. Need to talk to people. Who do I talk to? Let's go to this guy, mystery motorcycle guy. I'd love it if this was like what real arcades were like. I'm installing Paladins for Heroic Games. Our version does the game run? Yeah, it won't work through. Paladins won't really work, whether it's Steam or Heroic or whatever, because of the anti-cheat. The only time you can play it is the only time it'll work is when there's a recent patch and there's a grace period of about 24 hours when you can play, because the anti-cheat hasn't really caught up. Like whatever the definitions they use to catch cheaters, it won't get updated. But after that point, it won't really work. Raphael says, "Oh, I'm trying to get my chat isn't catching up to whatever's on screen. Let me see." I wouldn't mind dropping 60 on a game for eShop, but dropping 60 for a game on a Mac App Store feels crazy. It does feel crazy because the Mac App Store is so limited. You can only play it on Macs. I mean, one good advantage of a Mac App Store is that you can share the game with the family up to 5 other people, which you can't really do on Steam. You can't really share a game on Steam in the same way. You can't play at the same time, whereas on an App Store you can. Let's have a look. They've really conditioned us with 32-bit apps and older unupdated games. The Mac App Store has so many unupdated 32-bit games, which are listed as compatible, but they're just not. Well, this guy's really juggling me. Rage on. What's great about Tekken 8 is that there's barely any shader compilation stutter, right? So, you know, pretty much out of the box, this works great. I wish this could work with the main retail version. I wish you could play online, but this edition of the game can't be played online, I'm afraid. I'm terrible as Jin. Ah, lost this one. Think again, do you think Apple putting money in the mouth of developers to port their games on Mac would work or not to increase the Mac's player base? Well, it's exactly what they've done already. So, and that's what they've done with Death Stranding. So, that's what they've done with all the other games that are on Mac at the moment. Let me try. Let me try and play a different character, I think. So all of those games that were put onto the kind of the App Store, put on the keynote, the WWDC announcement, they've all come out now pretty much, except for Assassin's Creed Mirage. And I'm sure that Apple have worked closely or either paid money for those things to happen. So, and that's pretty much the extent of it. I mean, we'll have to wait until June this year to see if any more games get announced. A console is like $500. Yeah, but console is still probably better value than everything else. What I find funny about the App Store is that there is a certain game from EA that's become almost completely abandonware and cannot be found at any store except the App Store, Sims 2. Do people still play The Sims 2? I mean, I think that all their efforts focused on The Sims 4 now, which is completely free to play. You can get a console and Mac Mini for less. You can buy like an Xbox Series S for like 200 something, and buy a Mac Mini for an M1 for about 300, I think. So yeah, you're right, I think, KBF. But I'm using FSR3 mode on Elden Ring on my Mac M1, and I'm getting amazing FPS. Yeah, I gotta test that. Which version of the FSR mod are you using? Are you using the one from the guy called Luke, or from someone else? Raphael says, it is certainly possible to make a less expensive M3 Max focus on GPU for people with light work and who also want to play games. I'm not sure why Apple would want to make a less expensive M3. The less expensive M3 is the M3 Pro, and that's affordable $2,000. Shireen, can you provide a link of how it can be done? Yeah. Well, let me know which mod it is. You can't put URLs in chat, probably, but yeah, let me know. Pure Dark. Is that the name of the mod? Okay. Okay, let's play one more game and then let's try something else. Chat, what do you want me to play next? I have to have it installed though for me to actually play it. I'll defeat this guy.
Get ready for the next battle.
Maybe I should have chosen Jin. Graphics are great in this game and runs silky smooth, you know. This is Unreal Engine 5.
Round one. Fight.
Nice. Shanine, if you drop into the Apple Gaming Wiki Discord, you can leave a message there on I have a channel specific for this YouTube channel, or if you want, just type in the name of the actual mod. You don't have to link it. I'll just Google it, find it later. Oh my god, this guy's just destroying me. If Nvidia and AMD can make powerful and affordable APUs for consoles, Apple can make it if they want. Well, this is a powerful APU. This is it, right? And the M1, the base M1 is a powerful APU, and the iPhone 15 and the 15 Pro are powerful mobile devices, which are very efficient, right? So, like I've always said, right, this is not a hardware issue. You can see the hardware is really, really good, right? It's we can scale all the way from M1 to the M3 Max. The hardware is not the problem, okay? And it's not even about the difficulty of porting, because you just every time we talk about porting difficulty, we look at Genshin Impact and Call of Duty Mobile, and we say, why aren't these on the App Store? It's not because it's hard to port, because the port already exists, right? It's nothing to do with that. It's all to do with the business case. There are not enough Mac users to justify, there are not enough Mac gamers to justify doing the porting work. So that's why. It's nothing to do with technology, hardware, anything. That problem's been solved. Okay. Does PUBG work on crossover? No, it's due to the anti-cheat. So like I said, anti-cheat is preventing a lot of these games from working. Which completely sucks. Ah, backbreaker. Ouch. Maybe you could play Countdown to Death Stranding is downloaded. Yeah, I know. Basically, that's what I'm doing. It's a countdown. It's probably like, if I look at my download status, right? What you can see. I mean, I'm afraid, guys, I have no guarantee that this is actually going to work, because it's failed on me once already. We're like 10% in, 15% in maybe, of an initial download. I already downloaded 99% of this game, and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, whether this is actually going to fail again. I have no idea. I mean, Apple make it so hard to actually want to get these games to actually play properly. Let me just check something. Yeah, I've got plenty of space free, 260 gigabytes free, one terabyte drive. I don't understand why it won't work when I actually download the game. So I think what I'm going to do is, I've got everyone here already. I'm going to keep streaming. I might play a different game after this. Please, in the chat, let me know what you want to play next, and I'll just wait for this thing to download. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I've got a couple more hours to kill, so let's have a look. Okay, the mod, FSR3 mod, is called Elden Ring FSR3 stable. So that's one specific to Elden Ring. Interesting. A big problem is that you need Xcode in the compilation step. The thing is, right, if you're a developer, $100 a year is like, I know it's a lot of money for a tiny indie game, but for a AAA developer, they already have it. They have the money. If they want to access a huge user base of players, they have it. For sure, the MiHoYo guys for Genshin Impact and Activision for Call of Duty Mobile, they have it because they developed the iOS port of the game. That's not really the barrier for them, okay? I really don't think that the cost of Xcode is the issue, or the hardware that you need, because you need one piece of Apple hardware. Because the MiHoYo guys and the Call of Duty guys, they already have Apple hardware. They're publishing on iPhones and iPads, right? So it's got this whole argument is meaningless, because these are the companies that have the most to gain from actually being able to publish on Mac, and they've got the easiest job because the port exists already, right? They've got a Windows PC port and they've got the iOS ports, so they could just port the PC controls to iOS and that will just work just fine. But they choose not to because there are issues with the player base. They just don't want to use the money to support that player base. So like I've said in other videos, I think that it's just a business case, and we need more gamers to come to Mac and more games to come in the first place. So I already think that that's why crossover and alternate ways of running Windows games is so great. Aspected to a character. When I play Fortnite through Heroic Games Launcher, I can play creative online, I can get a lobby, but normal games don't work. Yeah, Fortnite. People don't really care about creative online, do they? I don't know. Which character should I play? I haven't played this for a long time. Is Baek-do-san here? No. Lee. I'm just gonna play more Xiaoyu, I think. Boring. I'll play this costume. It took me 3 hours to download over 250 megabits, yeah. I'm at a decentish speed. I shouldn't be limited so much. Let's have a look. Like the user interface for this, like trying to see like just how fast your download is going is terrible, because I'm hovering my mouse over this circle, and that's the only thing telling me how fast the download is going. And of course, you know, if I use the trackpad and accidentally tap, then I'll just cancel the download, and there's no way to fix it. So it's so annoying. So everyone who's joined the stream recently, I am trying to play Death Stranding, and I got it 99% downloaded, and I started the stream in my excitement, but it ain't working, which is really annoying. Hopefully this will come along before my stream ends, but I gotta go pick up my kids at 3, so maybe in 2.5 hours it'll be done. And so I'll be taking requests for any kind of games which I can play in the meantime while I'm waiting for Death Stranding to work. I mean, I think one of the Tekken works, only the non-Steam version works. So we're limited by that at the moment. Can I destroy this guy using my favorite character?
Get ready for the next battle.
One of the real reasons why my Hoya is not doing it is because the mobile version has a discrepancy compared to the PC version, which might use PC base, might is supported for the Apple platform. Well, the Windows version works fine through something called Yet Another Anime Games Launcher, which is basically the game running through Wine, and it works the game porting toolkit as well. So there's not really a reason why. And also it's a cross-platform game, so phone users can play with PC users too. So they could port either version of the game quite easily. I waited for Skyrim port for ages, then ended up downloading ESO. It gives me around 40 frames on my M1 Pro. Yeah. I remember testing out Elder Scrolls Online back in the day, maybe like 3 years ago now. And there was some like mouse cursor issues. Has that been fixed now? Andrew, can you explain please, what does override function in crossover bottle game controller? I'm trying to figure out how to force AC6 to work with DualSense, but I'm a bit out of luck here. Okay, let me explain. So you might not be able to see because this is a 4K screen being mushed into 1080p stream. But basically, when you run crossover, you also have this games controller tab here, and this tells you what controllers are attached.
Get ready for the next battle.
So here I've got the wireless controller. This is my DualSense controller connected at the moment, and this is connected here. So I'll just pause this. So sometimes you need to make sure that basically you might have multiple controllers here, or controller might not be here at all. Let me just see. So let me see here. An input device. Yeah. So basically, when it's in this box here, it's connected as an X input device. Actually, I'm not really sure how it's connected now, because if I have it connected here, actually in chat, let me know what is the difference between connected and connected via X input device. What does override mean exactly? And both of those work on my DualSense controller. This isn't running through Steam, so Steam input is not involved. What is the issue here? Yeah, what is the difference? I'm not really sure. Sometimes I find that fiddling around with that setting does help with game controller compatibility. Okay, Raphael, if Apple did not want part of the game user base, they wouldn't be investing in bringing AAA games like we've been doing recently. They haven't really been. I mean, it's such a drip feed, you know? Like, we're about to get Death Stranding on a Mac, right? But it's 2 years since the director's cut version was released on other platforms. I mean, is it a big deal? Like, if you went to you could have easily just gone and bought a PS4 and played Death Stranding years ago, right? Before the pandemic, right? But we're waiting here now, crawling over scraps of games, AAA games, which you can barely call AAA anymore. I mean, it's released as a budget title now. It's like $19.99. So is that really a game that's worth waiting for? Oh, I'm getting destroyed again. When the new Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft consoles launch, they do not have many games. Yeah. The thing is that what Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo have as amazing exclusive titles. Right, the Max has no exclusive titles to speak of, not really. Not in the AAA gaming space. There's a couple on, Apple Arcade. You can only get Sonic Dream Team on a Mac, but I would not call that. It's not a game that people buy a console or a phone for. I mean, even now, right, Resident Evil 4 is kind of exclusive to the Apple ecosystem in terms of mobile devices, and the same thing with Death Stranding. But are these games really worth the wait? Are they worth anything? Because it's just a handful, right? At the end of the day, will the games come? I'm not sure. I haven't heard of any games making use of the Game 14 toolkit yet. It's hard to say. The name of the video I found, the Elden Ring mod is called. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out later. I'll definitely do one for Elden Ring and Cyberpunk. I mean, Cyberpunk is the one I think people care the most about. I'll definitely try that. Maybe we will see Apple doing in the next years to build a strong gamers user base. Yeah, because any M series Mac can game. Any M series Mac can game. It's just a case of getting enough gamers, enough software. Boxshot Roulette is an indie game for $1.20 and it runs through Crossover, but has graphical bugs. I cannot deduce what's the cause. You can have a lot of games doing that. What engine does it use? Does it use Unity? Is it on Unreal Engine 5? ESO runs smoothly. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to play an MMO right now. Can you name some free first-person shooter games I can play on Crossover that work on Mac? Well, on the macOS side, without Crossover, there's a few decent free games. Like multiplayer games, you've got Combat Master, you've got Zero Grounds, which recently released as an indie multiplayer game with not a very big user base. Free games, not sure. On Crossover, there's a few free-to-play titles. I can't. In the chat, let me know. Are there any good free-to-play games that run through Crossover? Yeah, I wish the announcement of games weren't delegated to certain Apple events, where the publishers themselves are showing commitment or announcing that there is something coming. Pretty much everything that's been announced has come. The only thing is Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is still waiting for. I think that's the last one. I mean, after Death Stranding.
For the next battle.
Let's see how we are doing. Not good. 15 out of 76 gigabytes. Not good. Hi Andrew, can you make Tekken 8 work with crossover please? I can run the demo but not the official release. I'm afraid there's something, I mean, I'm sure that there'll be a patch at some point, but if you wanted to get this to work, you need to use a non-Steam version of the game, and I can't tell you how to do that without getting my channel demonetized, but that's what I'm running here, non-Steam version of the game. CMDR, I always play indie games and chat with the devs. I must say, oh, did someone just get deleted? Did someone just delete their chat? Oh, with a lot of devs, they just say there's no demand, so it's not worth the hassle most of the time. It isn't worth the hassle because Mac gamers probably represent less than 1% of the user base, and if you're trying to cater for 1% and they complain a lot and they have issues which are very specific to that platform, then I can see why you wouldn't bother. And you know, Valve made their decision. They said that they're not going to bother either, even though, you know, Counter-Strike 2 is one of the biggest games, is the biggest game on Steam before Palworld, and they just abandoned the Mac port. It was all ready to go. You know, I have that video on my channel. The macOS port of Counter-Strike 2 was there. They just decided to like cancel it basically. It's too much effort. Will Death Stranding support ray tracing? It should support ray tracing, but there are currently, at the time of recording, 0 games that support the M3 chip's ray tracing capabilities. A lot of people ask this question, so I'm supposed that I will make a video about this at some point. Nothing supports ray tracing. It's a real shame. So the game runs on Godot engine. Have I heard of it? Yeah, it's a. I think a lot of indie games switched from Unity to Godot. I remember because of the Unity pricing debacle. This panda's got like a pancake in his mouth. Double perfect. You talked about the potential of an Apple Codeweavers partnership. Do you think crossover still has a lot of performance left on the table? Crossover has huge amounts of performance left on the table. If Apple worked with crossover, if you could get a partnership that's as close as the Valve partnership is with their hardware, you know, for example, you could have something like shader cache sharing, right? So on a Steam Deck right now, if you download a game on Steam Deck, you know that's a Linux operating system running the game through Proton, right? You know, what's fantastic about that is that the shaders are cached and shareable. So when you play a game, you download the shaders and there's no shader stuttering, right? And so that's one of the things that would hugely improve. Another thing would be the improvement of, you know, 32-bit to 64-bit translation. Another thing would be, I mean, the fact that we can run a DirectX 12 game was all thanks to Apple's work, and they did it pretty much completely independently from Codeweavers. And just imagine if they worked together properly. Like, basically, Apple created the game porting toolkit. They added D3D Metal, and it was a I guess it was a completely independent move, right? When they released Game Porting Toolkit, it was in a slightly older version of Wine, and various fixes. Like if they worked together properly, we could have Wine fixes that complement the improvements in D3D Metal. We could get, you know, they could even implement a direct Vulkan to Metal translation there as well. You know, there's huge amounts of potential left over, and then the fact that this is also run through Rosetta 2. We're using x86-64 to ARM64. You know, that's huge, right? It's a huge performance left on the table there. If they could just work together in the same way that Valve worked together with Codeweavers, if they just brought some in-house, and then they made sure that things worked correctly. Like for example, right? For example, Tekken 8, right? Tekken 8, it's like on a Mac, right? It doesn't work out of the box on a Mac basically, and on a Steam Deck, it doesn't work either. But there was a Proton hotfix which was released on the same day, and fixed it for Steam Deck users. And I know that Tekken 8 doesn't have a native Linux version, and it doesn't have a native Mac version. But if Apple could be there, if Code Weavers could be there on day one, developing these fixes and releasing them, and putting some actual resource and development into it, then Apple could say, "Well, Tekken 8 works great on the Mac. We've developed these fixes." And it's kind of counter to their strategy, because they want native ports. But if there was a proper compatibility layer in the same vein as Proton and Steam Deck, then this could have so much potential, because this works so bloody well on a Mac, right? It's such a loss of potential. How to make CST running using crossover-based M1 chip and counter some stability issues. Yeah. How to make CST running on crossover. Yeah, it's just one of those things, because it seems like various patches sometimes makes it worse. I haven't experimented much with it, so you can run it through DXVK, you can run it through D3D Metal, you can run it through MSync. I've heard that DirectX, DXVK and MSync is the best option, but you'd have to check really hardcore CS2 Mac players. Check the Apple Gaming Wiki Discord, and there's lots of reports about Counter-Strike 2 you can check out. I haven't really seen which one is the most stable. I don't really have the patience to test for the stability of those games yet. Override uses direct input, yeah, D input versus X input. So sometimes X input works, sometimes direct input works. Sometimes you have to disable Steam input as well, and one of those things, and then that's going to help with controller compatibility. The most beautiful game I played on the base M1 Pro is Metro Exodus. Yep. I can't believe that's just being described as an old game now, but yeah, it is, I guess, like 3-4 years old now. Yeah, I remember at the time it was like a really big deal that it came out for Mac, but it's very cheap now. You can buy it for like a few, like $6 in the sale or something like that. It's well worth getting. TomTam. I mean, there are no native games support ray tracing at the moment, not even RE4 Remake. Yeah. One problem I noticed is that anti-Apple crowd, they actively attack anyone asking for a Mac port. Yeah. Unfortunately, Macs have a poor reputation amongst gamers. Even people I talk to in real life, they just can't fathom the idea of playing games on a Mac, even though they're perfectly capable now with the advent of Apple Silicon. I can understand pre-Apple Silicon with the integrated Intel chips, those are bad. But yeah, I can now we're in a different world. Every Apple Silicon Mac could game potentially. Okay, I'm going to be switching games soon, so let me know in the comments what I should be trying. Should I load up my Cyberpunk 2077 save? I don't know. Should I? God. Oh God, I'm getting destroyed. Don't put me in a corner. Low kick. Destroy. Oof. That's stressful. One big problem I noticed is the anti-Apple crowd. 1 hour of Tekken later, yeah. I prefer to do something a bit more brainless than trying to mod a game. I'm gonna stop after this, then I'll figure out what to play next. Does Counter-Strike work on parallels? I haven't really tried it. Let's destroy this guy. What? Oh, that's a cool finish. Okay, I'm gonna stop. 1 hour of Tekken is enough. Okay, let's check. Let's play a different game. Okay, I think maybe we will try to mod Cyberpunk. That might be a quite fun thing to do. What is the name of the mod? Let me know. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Okay, we are 25% downloaded, but I don't think we're gonna get to play this today. But maybe I'll do a follow-up stream later. God. Okay, let's see if we can get the game up. So I've got let me get my Steam up. Luke FS. I think I'm gonna have to subscribe. Do. Luke FC. Can I play Elden Ring? Actual time to play on the cold floor. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. I hate playing stuff in 4K. Frame generation mod. So is it a frame generation mod that is basically specific to Cyberpunk? Have a look. Can I use this? DLG to AMD FSR frame gen. Do I store my crossover Steam games on external disks? Yes, I use a NAS to store the games. So I have a gigantic quantity of games. So this is what my Steam library looks like, shared between my PC and my Mac. All these games are installed. So all of these games here that are listed here. I don't know if you can see on my tiny screen. Okay, let's see. Let's figure out something to play. Yeah, Manuel, I'm having exactly the same problem as you. Death Stranding will not download. I'll have to retitle this this stream again. So, ironically, last time I was trying to get Tekken 8 to work, and I was going to stream that, and then this time, I can't get. I had to play different games, and then this time Death Stranding isn't working either. So let's have a think. What should I play? What should I play? There's a few more games that I need to cover as well for my crossover 24 video. Planet Zoo, Age of Empires 3. I could try one of those. Yeah, I think I might just have a think. Let's have a think. Do I have Cyberpunk? Might load this up and then this is happening to other people on the day. Yeah, this is a really annoying thing that's happened. What about the Elden Ring? Elden Ring FSR. You got Cyberpunk running in this tiny window. So there's a couple of mods here.
Good morning, Night City! Yesterday's body count lottery rounded out to a solid and sturdy
This is irritating. Get on to full screen. Let's play a bit. I know that I can mod this, but I'm just still thinking about what I'm going to do. I might go onto my main computer and then try to find the Patreon for this guy.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you made it to the
So,
studio without any issues. No
Patreon.
carjackings or drug
Luke
trouble.
FZ. That's the guy, right?
No. Fortunately, the streets of Night City are getting safer every day. We've seen recorded homicides drop from 7,103 a year ago to just...
Hold on. The streets are safe, you say, but what about the highways?
I'm sorry?
You heard about the shooting on
How to install 100% stable FSR3 in Elden Ring for every GPU. Okay.
700 rounds fired in that time. What happened?
Yeah, there's this black screen FSR issue, which happens when you have AMD FSR turned on. Maybe that gets fixed.
How you look is all that matters. With Angelique Cosmetics.
Let me just turn off.
You can be anyone and have anyone.
It's not bad. .30 FPS, I think. Let's get this a little bit better. So we're running at 4K. Let's turn field of view up a bit so I can actually see what I'm doing. God, I haven't played this game for ages. It's about 25 frames per second at 4K medium, without any kind of upscaling at all. I'm being destroyed. Anyone tried Horizon Dawn? Yeah, I did Horizon Zero Dawn during my last stream, so you can check that out. That works pretty much perfectly on Crossover 24. Okay. DLSS does some work on a Mac, so FSR is the only way to get a lot of these games working. Okay, maybe I'll try the Elden Ring, this Elden Ring one, which is being suggested at the moment. Because let me have a look at this video. Elden Ring stable FSR3 every GPU tutorial. YouTube. Okay, let's try Elden Ring. Cyberpunk is kind of done, isn't it?
You catch the latest?
I will try the I'll try out the mod once I think I need to subscribe to Luke FSR's Patreon. Let's get some Elden Ring going. So to play this game, I think we need to change the anti-cheat exe. I've run this on this computer for a while. Do I use Stage Manager? I don't find it very useful on a Mac desktop. I'd much prefer to use Command Tab to switch between windows, or Alt Tab. There's a cool app called Alt Tab, which is very cool. So don't you have to change the anti-cheat exe? I guess you don't. Okay, let's have a look at the mod itself. So I'll try to establish a baseline. Oh, why is Tekken 8 still running? Maybe that's why it's such bad performance in Cyberpunk. I think I'll have to run this in like 1440p or something. It ain't happening. 1080p it is. Mac gaming is full of compromises, so you know. Can't seem to get the mouse to select the correct resolution. It does not like me selecting it. I can't select it for some reason. Let me see if I can get this to work correctly. It's running at this incredibly low frame rate, partially because I've got this running at 4K. Thanks, Mingus Tech. You don't have to rename the files trick to get the non-easy anti-cheat version of the game, which is a relief. I'm literally running this menu at 4 frames per second. Let's try and get this working. Okay, Okay, that was the key. Trying to get this into windowed mode first. Sometimes you find that the window management on doesn't work so well because yeah, that's better. It's pretty epic music. Okay, let's get a baseline. 1080p on an M3 Max should be doable, right? I hope so. Let's check in on Death Stranding. Okay, we're pathetic 25 gigabytes into a 77 gigabyte download. So I don't think this is going to happen today for us guys, but why don't we do like a follow-up stream at some point? Okay, so open world bit, 40 FPS, I think. That's what I'm getting here. 41 FPS at... Is this 1080p? Yeah. It says, the Windows says that it's 4K, but it ain't. We are at full screen at 1080p at medium settings. Yeah, about 42 FPS on Elden Ring. 44. Okay, so let's have a look at the mod. How do we install this? Small utility remove frame rate limit. No, that's that. Okay, let's download this. How does this work? I ain't a robot. Not watching a video. This is the Mac gaming at work. We're hacking a game with some user-generated mod, probably developed for the Windows version of this game. I'm going to try and get it into this Windows version of Elden Ring, running it through crossover on a Mac. Let's have a look. How do we do this? How do you install this? Let's have a look at the video.
Save
That's
on
what the video
every
is for.
range in the Oak Furniture Land January sale and discover style that loves.
Okay, so this guy's saying...
Hello everyone, welcome back to another FSR3 video. In this one I'm trying Elden Ring. So currently I have not activated the mod and my setting preset is 1080p high with ray tracing enabled, because if I disable I can get from there. So 1080p.
Copy everything inside the games folder. Okay, so probably need to be quit out of the game in order for this to work. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. So now you can see the inside of my games folder, which I put here. Look at Elden Ring game. So am I supposed to, Shanine, am I supposed to grab everything here and then put it in here? Is that the deal? Let's see. Copy everything inside the games folder. Okay, let me just look it up. Okay, let's do it. Nothing gets overwritten, so I hope a good time has been promised. And then I'm assuming just I assume we just turn on FSR. Okay, let's see this go. So I'm assuming that we need to turn on FSR here. Why do we turn on FSR? There's no FSR option here. Let me know, chat, if I'm doing anything wrong. I hate it when people don't properly like explain how mods work, because like they could have easily just put something in the README file or on a download page or any of that stuff. Holy crap! 60 FPS. What? It's just 60. It was like 41, 42 before, now it's 60. Holy moly. Oh my god, this feels completely different. And game quality doesn't look too bad. Let's have a look at this. Let's just come back here again, because I was here earlier. 55. 60. This is incredible. This feels so much more responsive. So to go from 40 to 60, we're looking at about 50% increase in frame rate. Wow. Oh, great. Oops. Okay, I'm definitely going to make a video about this. Thank you very much, Shanine, for showing me what to do. I'm going to have to do the similar thing for Cyberpunk. I wonder what other games have good FSR3 mods. Holy crap! It's just so much more responsive. So I always felt like Elden Ring had an issue running even on high-end Macs. Probably, I'm not sure what the bottleneck is. This is just 1080p medium. So if I try this at a higher resolution, well, let me select one at this menu screen right now. Let's turn this up to high though. So I need to go to the main menu and then reload. So the mod I was using is this one. Not this one. Sorry, this is another mod with another piece of software which I could use to unlock the frame rate cap. But what I did was I found this mod link here. Now, is there a particular reason why this mod is being distributed through this weird site? Has it been copied? Has this been copied from somewhere? Is it using someone else's code? I mean, let me see. Is this the property of Luke? What is Pure Dark FSR3? What was the difference? Okay, so just make sure that we're running it at a higher graphics setting. So this is high. Okay, this is on high. Let's go back in the game. So if Pure Dock doesn't work, then what? Why is this? Is this well, this mod, this one from this being distributed here, one that's Go file, is this been copied from someone? Who's the original author? Is this a Luke FZ again? Let me know in the chat if that's the one. Okay. Oh, this is gorgeous. Like, look at this. High 1080p high at 60. I've literally never seen this game run so well on a Mac. I know this is the high-end Mac. But this is like incredible. That this manages to work so well. Okay, not this guy. No, not you. Not you. No, thank you. Not today. I can't believe this can run so fast. Oh god. Yeah, there are small drops. It's probably caching. I don't really know how to play this game. So we're getting a nice 60 here. This is way better because before I was getting 40 on medium. Can I get this to work even better? Yeah, people were not kidding that this was better. Let's go 1440p. Trying to get this to run it. Always a bit funky, these graphics settings, because if you don't set them up properly, then easily the worst part of crossover is the window handling. Like it's very inconsistent. That's 1440p. Still 60. Well, nearly 60. Basically 60. What is it like on 4K? I mean, that's pretty damn good. Yes, Tyrannon. Basically, my Death Stranding is re-downloading again, and yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that, but hopefully I get this working. Let's try this at 4K. I know it's in windowed mode. That's good that I said that though. 4K at high at 45 FPS. Thank you, Shanine, for suggesting this, because this is incredible. Let's just look at this. 40. This is like the same frame rate that I was getting at 1080p at medium, and this is 4K high. So yeah, I remember reading in the Mac Gaming subreddit that I was going to make a video about this and how incredible it is. This is pretty incredible, to be honest. What does it mean if there's no difference between 1080 and 40? Hi, Ducky, nice to see you. What does it mean if there's no difference between 1080 and 1440? Does that mean that the which part has been bottlenecked then? Because that's 60 at high. I can't get this to run at 4K in full screen. But basically, yeah, 4K at 4K in windowed mode. Let's try borderless window because that should hit the native resolution. That's it, 4K. That's 4K now. Ooh, it does not like... CPU bottleneck. Yeah, I can imagine. Gaming mode doesn't work on Apple Silicon Macs for crossover at the moment, so it only really works for Mac OS games. I haven't figured out a solution for that yet. There's so much optimization left. Let's put this back to 4K because that's seriously impressive. I think if I restarted the game, that is seriously good. I mean, look at that. This is the maxed out M3 Max chip. I can't. So 4K here, we're getting about 40. This is 4K high. This is incredibly good. Oh, this guy's such an asshole. You know, I don't really get, to be honest, right? I don't really get Souls-like games. I still actually don't. Still don't really know what to do in Elden Ring. Like, what am I supposed to do? The thing about the Ultra chip, right, is that historically there have been issues, but apparently the M3 Max might not, the M3 Ultra might not have this issue because of the way that the M3 Max is engineered. I just drank all my potions by accident. So all I can do is kill sheep in this game. Yeah, I mean, Benami, you're right. It's like, this is incredible if you think about how much translation is happening. What the fuck? No! I haven't got my horsey out yet. How do I get my horsey out? Oh. This guy's such a dick. I need to follow the golden thing on the map. I mean the tree? Last of Us RPCS3, it won't even work on a PC, so... How do I get my horse out? Oh, here we are. You need to follow the map where your golden thing is. What is the golden thing? What map? How do I get a map open? God, I can't remember how to play this game at all. The 14-inch M3 Max will basically play exactly the same as this, except that there'll be thermal throttling at an earlier level. Right now we're running at let me see. Temperature is hitting 100°C, so it should be throttling a little bit. Thank you very much for the super chat, Roach. Really appreciate it. Thanks for supporting Mac Gaming. Do you think Apple will ever give up on native Mac Gaming and just integrate D3D Metal into macOS so that it runs a Windows game is launched like Proton on Steam Deck? I think it's the complete opposite. Apple aren't making D3D Metal to replace native gaming. They're trying to do the opposite. They want native games to work and to be developed and ported. They don't want translation layers, ostensibly anyway, on the surface. Now, obviously, this works, so why wouldn't Apple lean into it? And I feel, you know what it feels like? It feels like Game Porting Toolkit is being developed by like this rogue tinkerer set of Apple employees, like Nat Brown and some department that built this tool set. And that, Apple told them, we want more native ARM games. But they said, what we're going to do? We're going to sneak in this thing, distribute it to all of the tinkering websites and tools and stuff, and allow people to play games like Elden Ring on a Mac. And then we're just going to disappear. So we haven't had an update for Game Porting Toolkit D3D Metal for quite a few months now. And, it pretty much works as intended. It's From Software could see, this could work on a Mac using some, performance fixes. This could work really well. But they've just decided, no, I don't think that companies like From Software are going to be convinced to create a native ARM version of this game. If they won't make a Steam Linux version, why would they bother making a Mac version? And it already runs really well through Game Porting Toolkit. So I know that most people here watching this stream are going to be wanting a full compatibility layer like Proton on a Mac, but it just ain't happening. Benami asks, do you make content full-time or do you do it on the side of another job? I'm basically a full-time content creator. Between my two YouTube channels and the fact that I run Apple Gaming Wiki and the PC Gaming Wiki website, which is pretty huge, by the way, with the number of people that visit PC Gaming Wiki is pretty substantial. And all of those things mean that I can basically make content at will. So basically I can make videos whenever I feel like it and buy as many games as I want, buy as many Macs as I want. I'm very privileged. I used to do this as a side. I used to repair Macs for a living. I used to go to people's houses and fix computers. And I have a lot of stories to tell about Mac users, the wealthy Mac users of London. And some really crazy stuff I've done. I mean, I even had a guy who paid for me and my wife to go to France just to fix up his internet in his beach house in France. I've done a lot of Mac repairs, Mac support over the years, and then basically during the pandemic when I got my first Apple Silicon Mac, I just started seeing all this potential and not a lot of people explaining how gaming works. There's so much that does work and so much misinformation. So I decided to make tutorial videos, and then this is how this whole gig started. So yeah. Any follow-up questions, I'll be happy to answer. Tarquinus asks, sorry, I have to go. Bye. Sorry to see you go. Benami, they created the translation there to lower the barrier of entry for native games. Yeah, us being able to use it was accidental. But, the thing is that it is accidental, and so I don't really see much more development for this type of compatibility layer. How can I improve my FPS in Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Ryujinx? If you can find a shader cache, that's going to help. Putting it in handheld mode is going to help. Click on handheld or docked to toggle that. And then also what you need to do is you can also lower the resolution as well, the resolution scale. Like if you put it at half scale, it's going to run way better. You cannot play the Steam version of Death Stranding. The Mac version is a Mac App Store exclusive. Okay, so I'm supposed to follow a golden thing on the map. What's the golden thing on the map? Bro, I'm going to make a YouTube channel like you about gaming on a Mac, but I'm not sure I can start. The easiest thing is in the description of my YouTube channel, of every YouTube video that I've got, there's basically tips on how to like scale your Mac's resolution to 16:9, which is better for content creation on YouTube. There's tips about how to get all of the screen recording stuff going. So if you just follow some of those tutorials, then you could get started really easily on Mac gaming videos. There's plenty of space. Come join us. There's plenty of people. As long as you're diligent and give people what they want, what they might be interested in, then you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna find a niche. So you know. Wow, fuck. Okay, whoops. Misinformation, there's way too much out there. For example, there are way too many people who have told me that macOS cannot run games. There are no independent installs. Essentially, them not knowing the difference between iOS and macOS. Can you make a video of what AAA games can be played through Steam and which ones have to be purchased on Mac App Store? It's a really weird cluster of, you know, misinformation. So like, and Apple's not very consistent about it. So like, they distributed the Mac App Store. They showed off like No Man's Sky, and you know that works on. You know, they put that on the WWDC stage, the main stage, right? But you can't buy you can't buy No Man's Sky on the Mac App Store. It's just not available. You have to buy it through Steam. And the opposite is the case for like Resident Evil 4. So basically, if you want to play Resident Evil 4, RE Village on Mac, or Death Stranding, you can't use the Steam version. You have to use the Mac App Store version. And you know, the Mac App Store version is terrible because I can't download it. I'm trying to download this bloody game. I'm gonna have to do like a follow-up stream, I think, because despite the fact that I have a fast-ish internet connection, it's just way too slow to download. And I can see a lot of people have been having the same issue. I really hope that this wasn't going to be the case today. How the hell do I open the map? Playing with keyboard and mouse, so let me see. Map. How do I open a map? Let me just look this up. Elden Ring map blind. Open map is G. What am I supposed to do in this game? What are these yellow things? I've got 5G internet and I'm going about 150 megabit download, but that 150 megabit should give me a much faster speed than I'm getting through the CDN. Where am I supposed to go? What do these yellow things mean? Follow the golden ways. What are golden ways? So is this a golden way here? Is this thing a golden way? Because I've been to this bit before and that's kind of killed me. What is this guy? Do I have to just... Okay, I'm not good at this. Okay. It's kind of wibbly wobbly at 4K. Oh, I almost got this dude. Ouch. Oh, got him. Oh no, I didn't get him. Oof. Okay, am I supposed to do that? What's this lightning thing? Seems dangerous. Okay. I hate how the escape doesn't do anything with the keyboard and mouse controls. I can't believe this is working through so well on high on 4K. It's ridiculous. I'll have to do a updated tutorial video on this. So I've been here before. This part, it just seems dangerous. This bit down here, because there's like this whole part I remember where there are loads of archers like shooting at you from above. It just seemed extremely dangerous. Yeah, this method could be used in a lot more games. So what's this yellow thing? Am I supposed to follow the line? So if I go here, remember there's like a monster. These guys don't look very friendly to me. Okay, I'm just running past. That guy looks too scary to fight. Can I just run past him? Get down from the horse. Okay, but I'm too scared to get down from the horse. What's golden seed? This is incredible how well this works, because this is the same kind of frame rate that we're getting at medium 1080p before the FSR3 generation mod. What the hell? Yeah, I'm sorry we don't have Death Stranding working at the moment. So everyone who's joined the stream, I haven't said this for like half an hour or so. I did try to get Death Stranding downloaded, and then it gave me this error message when it was at 100% download, saying that there was some error installing it. So it's downloading again. I have no idea if it's going to be working. So I don't think I'll be getting to play this today on the stream. Maybe I will stream again this afternoon. I don't know, this evening. Okay, come off my horse. Come off my high horse. What does this do? What does Lost Grace do? Okay, rest here. Touch the grace, and what do I do? Level up. What should I increase in my... What should I be doing? Don't have a clue. Should I be increasing my strength? Or endure? I feel like my endurance is low. Melina, okay. I think I can't increase anything because I need more runes. So I don't think I can do anything. Okay. Talk to Melina. Okay. Who's Melina?
This tiny golden aura is the grace of the Earth Tree. This light once shone in the eyes of your changed friend,
Oh.
but now it is all that guides you. Also, I hear you can
This
see
FSR3 mod is incredible. I can't really tell that there's much like degradation in quality.
through your burden.
Talk to her again.
Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale is a shard bearer, a demigod, who inherited a fragment of the shattered Elden Ring. If the rays of grace signal the castle, then the Elden Ring beckons you. As an ally by pact,
This is very atmospheric, this game.
to face the challenge presented by the
So Matthew, I am using Metal HUD. So if you want to find out how to do that, there's a link in the description for my Metal HUD tutorial. Just type in Metal HUD Andrew Tsai, you'll find my tutorial on it. Flask charges. Do I need more flask charges? So basically, I'm supposed to get more of these rest charges areas. Okay. So it wants me to go left. Is this where it wants me to go? Up, you mean up this cliff? Am I supposed to go up this cliff? I've been spoiled by all these Pal World and Breath of the Wild and stuff. You just climb up a cliff. Yeah, just climb up a cliff in all your armor. Okay, there's some dudes here. Go sneak past these guys. You need to go back and get the map unlock. You mean back to the Grace? Yeah, okay, I see that. Well, duh, of course it's a generic direction. I'm not one of these guys who just follows the map directions and drives off a cliff. Am I supposed to be like killing all of these enemies to get more XP? I don't really understand how to get more XP. I'm supposed to collect runes, right? These App Store exclusives, I certainly think that Apple did pay money for these ports, because I don't think that there is a commercial reason to develop Death Stranding. The hell? This thing's shooting me. This wind blowing is very atmospheric. Ow. Oh god. Okay, that was terrible. Oh my god, there's so many guys here. Yeah, they drop runes on death. I think what I might do is push this down to 1440p, and then I think I might give a slightly more consistent frame rate. Yeah, I think Kojima is probably a fan of Apple, but I don't think that's the reason that his company would go and do that. It's not. It's not the main reason. The main reason is money. Why is this only giving me whatever this resolution is? Why is it right that I learned a lot of crossover games? You know, the when you go to a settings menu, the frame rate tanks. I don't really understand that. There's a lot of games which do that, but it's only on a settings menu. It doesn't really make sense to me. And why can't I set this resolution the way I want it to be? I think I might just play this in windowed mode for the time being. Then I can keep an eye on this for a bit. Keep an eye on this bad boy. Oh god, yeah, 20 gigabytes of RAM usage. Well, it's because I'm on high settings, so a lot of that is like a video memory. Oof, this is silky smooth, 60. Okay, so now I understand. This Grace is pointing me towards there. So it wants me to go there. So maybe I will sneak attack these dude. I think like the easiest way to fix this is to like set a local screen resolution and then just borderless full screen it from there. But as I'm streaming, it's not very convenient to do that because it might break the stream sometimes. Okay, let's do this. Let's dance. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this. I think I need to get better skills with this. Oh yeah, locking on. I need to use the middle mouse button. Okay, let's try that. No one's ever taught me to play this game because I've tried to play this on my own. And I remember one of our mods tried to explain to me that it's one of his favorite games. Okay, yeah, lock on. Ah, I'm getting a hang of this now. Apple, a $1 trillion company, they can invest $1 or $2 billion in paid ports in the next 2 years and begin a Max game campaign. Well, they could do that, but they make so much money through the Mac App Store that they just don't need to. Make sure to pick up your drop ruins first. So, I died here earlier. Oh yeah, I see. Okay, so I'm trying to get runes. So the aim of the game is I'm trying to get runes, and then whenever I die, I drop runes, and then I need to keep collecting runes until I level up. Then I can't lose them, right? Is this one right? Was this where I died earlier? How many runes? What does it tell me how many runes I've got? I've got 240 runes. Oh, I see. You need to pass the guards with the horse in this part. Okay, well, horsey it is. Okay, let's try this. It's easy when you're jumping past everything. Oh my god, baluster. I just got ballasted. DS does not start. I have Death Stranding and window at the top in the app bar. The one window is also started. Doesn't show a picture of. Yeah. Ooh. This is good. Okay, I'm getting the hang of this a bit more now. Ow. Okay, I'm very nearly dead.
Me? I'm searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Earth Tree, long ago.
Go to the
For
round
the
table.
reason
Okay.
I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the finger maiden.
It's a good idea.
Yet can offer no guidance.
Thanks for the tips. Blocking
No maiden.
just as the attacker is about to land.
Was long ago lost.
Am I at full health again? Okay. Also, it's telling me to go up this hill. Am I still at 1 HP? No, I'm at full health now. Good, good, good. Okay, this is literally the first I've ever been in this game. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm trying to get my screen, just I can't see properly. Okay. Cutscene.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Why do I need to go back to the Grace? Am I about to get destroyed? This guy looks serious. Okay, I don't think I'm ready for this guy. Can I run? Nope, apparently not. Okay. Ow. Oh my god. You knocked me off a cliff. Go back to the grace and the woman will tell you if you win, go to the round table, you say yes. Okay, I'll try it another time.
Forgive
Hello,
me.
Melina.
I've been testing you to
Been
see
killing
whether
me.
or not grace truly does guide you, and whether you are fit to face the challenge that entails. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take
2
you
hours,
to the
10 minutes
round
later,
table hall
and my download is up to like
gathering
30%.
place of tarnished champions,
Don't think I'm going to be able to finish this today.
guided by grace.
Go to the round table hold. Okay.
Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
Shazzy, Death Stranding might not be on the stream because basically I had it fully downloaded and it gave me an installation error message. Hopefully it's going to run. I can run this later. I might do a stream tonight depending on how everything's going. Ooh, got an Achievo. How do I close this? This is the problem playing keyboard and mouse. Maybe I should be playing this with a controller. So I'm at the round table. I think I might try to... full screen this. Oh, this is a big fire. Interesting. I'll try to put this into the right resolution again. I think this is at 1440p, even though the metal HUD is saying the canvas is basically higher. Don't really know at this point. I need to buy an item that will let me do magic. Who the hell is this guy?
Ah, hello. You must be new here. I'm... well, just call me Dialos. The honor of one's house holds little import in these lands. By the way, have you met a young woman named Lanya on your travels? She's my servant, but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off her for but a moment and she's good as gone. If you find her, please be sure to tell me.
Okie dokie. Can't smash anything in this place. Can't even use a weapon. I can't believe this runs so well.
Oh, I see you've just arrived. Welcome to the Round Table Hold. I'm Corin, a man of the cloth. I teach incantations, the strength granted us by the two fingers, and explore the secrets of the Golden Order, so that one day, if a tarnished of the Round Table Hold should become Elden Lord, I might counsel them, ensuring order regains its proper form, righting rule over men. By the way, do you still see it? The guidance of grace. You do. Wonderful news.
I lied.
Most
I don't see.
tarnished are blind to
I didn't
its
see it.
face.
I have no idea.
You are something of a rare breed. Well, what do you say? Care to learn an incantation of the two fingers?
Okay. What's an incantation? Oh, so this is like buffs, cantrips, spells. Okay.
May the golden order shine through you.
Hmm.
You're a new face. No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms.
This is good.
Let's get smithing.
Long sword. So I can change different items, like abilities, but I don't have enough Ashen of War. What can I sell? Kukris. Runes. Meat. You got into all doors except the door you need to enter. I have no idea what that means.
I see you've noticed the chains. Nothing special. I'm a prisoner and these are my chains. I'm trapped by the hold. I'm dying, smithing for you fools. That's all there is to it.
I don't care about your backstory. Just sell me stuff.
Greetings, great champion called by grace. I am Fear. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the round table.
Round table hold. So this is like a base? Is this like a base you're supposed to use? I'll take a brief toilet break. I'll be right back.
Your lively vigor and your stout-heartedness. Doing so will grant me the warmth of a champion. And you, I am sure, will bear a Baldakin's blessing. Do you think it vulgar, perhaps? Where I come from, it is a sacred act.
Okay, we are back. Got a drink. Yeah, let me.
My thanks,
Got a drink.
great champion.
Go back into the table, into the door you did not enter, into the one near the guy for spells. Okay. Spell dude. Maybe I will play this game. I mean, I was like really confused before, but now Shanine Wassin has basically
What you felt light up inside
taught me
is
taught me that I need to follow the
afraid.
yellow
Back to
fire things pointing in one direction.
I will take you in my arms as often as you need.
That's helped a lot. What's up, Andrew? Can't wait to see how DS fares on your end. Wish I wouldn't be stuck with an M1 MacBook Pro for the time being. 5 of 5 games could at least finally unlock DS Director's Cut on GeForce Now. I'm surprised it's not on GeForce Now. Isn't it on Boosteroid? I'm sure the M1 Mac could easily handle Death Stranding. It is an older game. Okay, so I need to go back to the table, into the door. So I went there, I've been there. Now I'm going to go here. I need to buy some spells from some dude. I'm just amazed that this works as well as it does without any kind of major graphical issues. And now Crossover has this kind of like built-in method of running the games. This is cool. Oh, the base version. Okay. Death Stranding has been delisted from the French App Store. What? Let me just look this up again. How about the British App Store? Yeah, it still works. Why would it be delisted from French App Store? That's a weird one. What am I supposed to buy? I don't have enough runes. Or whatever the currency is here. Finger seal. Finger seal. So if I had 800 runes. Oh, that's a because I'm geolocated to the UK, I can't search the French App Store. I wish you could just easily switch app stores, but because I have ongoing subscriptions, you can't change locations easily. It's very irritating. What does this do? Finger seal. So I need more runes. So how many runes do I have? I have no runes. Is that because I died? Okay, so I know where to buy the finger thing from. Now I'm back at this table.
Be sure to tell me if you meet a young woman. She's a servant. She's been my... I've lost count of the number of times I've... Honestly.
Can we test Forest or Sons of the Forest? Yes. I'm going to write that down. Sons of the Forest. Sure I can. You'll learn. How do I get out of here? How do you leave the round table? Because I've gone through every door now.
Oh, this is a rare occasion. I can't remember very well. It is.
Okay, I'll go back to the... After I've done smashing all this furniture. I'll go back to Spell Guy and sell him my crap. How do I sell stuff? I'm sorry, yeah, this ain't Death Stranding. I'm trying to re-download the game. Need to sell something to the other guy. Let's go back to this guy. This is the maxed out M3 Max.
Well, where have you been hiding? I took you for dead. No matter lay out your own.
I can sell stuff here though. Should I sell my rune fragments? So now I've got 20. I need 800, right? The one in the table room. Let's go back. I haven't tried Sekiro on the base M1, so I used to run through crossover 3DXVK just fine. But I imagine with Game Porting Toolkit it would be better.
As your senior, you are a mere visitor to the round house. Remember your... Ah, well then.
I don't have the ability to sell anything to anyone else.
Be sure to tell me if she's a servant. She's been my... I've lost count, honestly.
There's nothing left.
Sell the item that gives me 200. Okay, let's sell it. Sell it. 200.
Back already. No matter.
Sell golden rune. What else can I sell? What other crap can I sell? Okay, so spell guy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to collect more crap. So I can go all the way back. How do I? Oh, okay, I can do it like this. I can teleport to any of these places. Hello Neighbor 2 on Mac. What is that? Okay. I didn't know. You know what? I had no idea that you could teleport to any grace on the map. This is how much Elden Ring I've played. But like, if can I just farm these guys? Because these guys are pretty easy to kill, right? Can I just keep farming them for runes? Like, how many runes do I need? I got 320 things. Oh, so I can just get runes just like that. So I've got 560. So I could just keep farming these dudes, right? Yes, Matteo, I have exactly the same issue. Basically, it's just a slow download exacerbated by the fact that it conked out. It like completely crashed on me when it got to 100% download. It said it couldn't install. So I'm anticipating that this might happen again. So, alright. Well, like over the halfway point. It's only going at 2 megabytes per second. Well, my M1 Max, it will definitely run just fine. What the hell? Oh, the baluster again. Oh my god. Okay, the last thing I want to do is die. This guy looks... Oh my god, I can't believe I died. I'm trying to farm these runes. And I just died from this one guy. And I tried to block him as well, god. Okay, so I need to collect my runes. So really what I should do is collect my runes first before I engage any more enemies. If I get all my runes, then I'll probably have enough to buy that spell thingy. So my rune was here, wasn't it? So my runes, my precious runes. 560 of them. And if I kill these guys again, I think I'm going to get my runes. I'll get enough for 800. I'll kill these little ones. Pokey pokey. Oh, exactly 800 runes. Okay, so that means that I can jump to the thing. Okay, travel to the Lost Grace. Go back to the Intrench and get the map from a statue. Well, I want to buy that thing you told me to buy earlier. Okay, so I need to go to to the left of this dude to get the spell thing. And purchase a finger seal. What on earth is this? Let's do it. Okay. Unable to use this item effectively with present attributes. So I need more faith. I currently have 0 faith. Faith? Okay, how do you level up then? Okay, so that was just the beginning. Okay, good. Well, let's go back. So what are farm ruins then? Maybe a good place to be was near the beginning of the game, because those... Let me go back here again. I need to watch some YouTube tutorials, yeah. You're right. It's quite fun. These guys are quite easy to kill. You can memorize sorceries and incantations at sites of grace. Okay. Okay, good. Straight sword, eh? Is that a good weapon? Looks quite similar. Go back to the grace before this one. This one here. Let's see how we're going with the download. I think what I'm going to have to do is wait. I think I'll let my computer download this again, right? And then later this evening I might do another live stream. Depends on how I feel. Collect plats and sell them. That will give you more. Okay. Gotta make sure just not to die. Map found. So this guy's got the horn. Let's kill him. Run away! You'll find the chest. Go back to the chest. Okay. Ah! Run! That rat's trying to push me into the... Gold tinged excrement. Lovely. Yeah, I didn't know that you could hover the download to see the stats either, but it's pretty terrible. It's pretty terrible interface if you think about it, because all you have to do is click, and then you cancel your download really easily. Last thing I want to do is cancel the download, which, God, I mean, I put this on this morning, this download this morning. It's going at a pathetic 3 megabytes per second, where it was capping about 9 or 10 megabytes per second earlier. Yeah. I don't see any chances with anything Epic ever coming to the Mac. Epic burnt that bridge ages ago by acting like children over a problem they caused. Well, the Epic Game Store launcher still works on the Mac. Plenty of Mac games still get released there. So, you know, Epic are leaving a lot of money on the table if they don't bring... They burned a lot of bridges, but they still have every right. There are hundreds of millions of dollars at stake here, really. In terms of making sure that they get enough... that they maximize their revenues from Fortnite, because Fortnite's still, you know, probably one of the biggest games in the world. The M1 Pro, the M1 Mac, the iPad can play Death Stranding, but not Elden Ring. Nothing through crossover. Lump of flesh. Yeah, I mean, do you want me to play? Do you want me to play some? Do you want me to play some Death Stranding on the iPhone? Because I got it working this morning. Whatever it is, the CDN for iPhone is just way better than the Mac. You know what? Let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna set up the my phone. And we'll play a little bit of Death Stranding on the phone while we're waiting for this. Okay, let's just find. Let's save here. Okay. Okay, pretty incredible that this does work. iPhone, this works. Okay, let's have a look. Can I get a decent way of showing you that Death Stranding works here? What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to get my HDMI cable and I'm just going to set this up. So just bear with me while you're waiting. Let's get Death Stranding up. Because this already works on an iPhone pretty damn well. I'm going to put my camera on here. Let's get OBS bot to come back. Okay, see? iPhone. Death Stranding on iPhone. Okay, what I'm going to do is get my HDMI cable and just set this up again. So bear with me, guys. HDMI to USB-C. And then let's plug in the stream. This is going to work. Okay, now the question is, can you hear anything? Oh, it does work. Okay. Let's play a little bit. Let's play this from the beginning. So it's very frustrating that I managed to get, the iPhone's working fine, but when we play on Mac, for some reason it's just taken forever. Let's see if I can get this paired up with my controller. Because I think that might work a bit better. Let's got my DualSense controller on. Oh, that's way better. See? I promised you Death Stranding, and I'm sorry I'm playing Death Stranding on an iPhone, but, better than nothing. Should have thought this earlier. I just assume they put a lot more development time in the iPhone app because it allows them to earn more money thanks to bigger market space. I mean, the iPhone, Mac, the dream of the Apple ecosystem is to get iPhone, iPad, and Mac versions all being the same.
In that space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
I re-downloaded it 4 times today, but failed to access it every time on my Mac with the M1 Pro chip. Yeah, frustrating. I can tell that this is quite a low-res FMV. I don't know why I didn't think of playing the iPhone version first, because I had it working about 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago. But obviously, you guys came here for an M3 Max version, but you're getting it on an iPhone 15 Pro instead. So unfortunately, not as good as how it could be. Hopefully, I'm going to get M3 Max version working tonight. Do you guys want me to come back and stream in about 6 hours from now? I'm sure I can get this working if I keep trying. This doesn't run too badly on like on the phone. It's quite good. Like it's much higher. Is this pre-generated FMV or is this in game? Is this in game? I'll put this down like this. Let's see. Is this in game? If it's in game, this is incredible. I think it's running about 30 FPS. I haven't watched Mr. McWright's performance video on Death Stranding yet. So he covered like the iPhone, iPad version. This is definitely in game. I can see the aliasing on the models. Okay, I'll play this for a little bit. I'll write down. Okay, the game looks a lot more blurry now. I think there's like a lot of metal effects going on here. This must be rendered at like a really low resolution and being upscaled. It looks kind of terrible when you blow it up. It looks pretty good on the phone though. It looks excellent on the phone. Of course, they never intended for this game to be run like this, like blown up on a screen. continue. Ah, Norman Reedus. Yeah, I haven't turned on developer mode. Let's change some settings. Oh, there's keyboard and mouse settings too. I'm a V-sync, I'm a V vertical invert Y kind of guy. So there's no other graphics settings here. Now I played this on PC. This is very blurry. It's pretty impressive that this works, but it's still blurry. A small heatsink should prevent throttling. I don't think you should play. I don't think you should be like liquid cooling an iPhone to make sure they don't throttle. Okay, it's designed to be played in the hands. It's designed to be get kind of warm. On the iPhone screen, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's proportionate to what it's what it should look like on an iPhone. It looks really good. I cannot fault how it looks on an iPhone. It's clearly not designed to be blown up to a 1080p screen. Because on my monitor, on my PC monitor, very blurry.
Come on.
It's quite an atmospheric looking game. Yeah, I'm noticing some major frame, it's just really blurry. Okay, so what do I do next? What I'm supposed to pick up for this to take it to tennis in like an hour. Well, in like half an hour. Am I supposed to go up here? Guess not. Ow. Get it together. What am I supposed to do in this part of the game? Am I supposed to be climbing a specific area? Like, am I supposed to jump across here? No. Oh, I've got the gap here. I think it's amazing that this works at all. I mean, it's a PlayStation 4 game, right? And it's playing on an iPhone, like a smartphone. Let's wait out the rain. Oh, Norman Reedus. Do you get all platforms? Yes, you do. Buy once, $19.99. Get the iPhone, iPad, and Mac versions all included in one price. Now, the iPhone versions, for whatever reason, downloads way faster than the Mac version, even though the Mac version is only about 20 gigabytes more in size, making about 70 gigabytes. Whereas my I think that iPhone version is about 50. So it's quite surprising that this is working, because I downloaded this like pretty quickly, whereas the Mac version giving me errors. Just Mac gaming stuff. How are two streaming phones content? I'm using an HDMI cable, so it's a USB-C to HDMI. It's going into my streaming. It's going into my capture card on my PC. It does make sense if you think about it, because the Switch hardware is horrendous compared to any modern iPhone. And it's capable of running something like Zelda. Yeah. I bet if Zelda was developed for the phone, then if it was optimized, then it would run a lot better. I wish I could play this game for the first time again. Is this a good game? I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like... I like Hideo Kojima games, like Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. I really liked Metal Gear Solid 2. I couldn't really get into Metal Gear Solid 3 and 4 and 5. I found them hard to get into. Can't wait to try this on the M3 Max with maxed out graphics. I really want to see how this performs. I think if I can get this working on M3 Max again, I want to replay this scene, because this seems quite important. I mean, it's really impressive for a phone game. I can't believe this works so well. Who's this lady? What is this thing with like handprints on the floor? Recently bought Hellpoint from Steam. It doesn't work on an M2 MacBook so I got a refund, but I saw gameplay, which was quite smooth. Hellpoint? What's Hellpoint? Hellblade? You mean Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice? $23 in Sweden. Well, yeah. It's £20 in the UK, so I think that's quite a bit more than $23, so consider yourself lucky.
I think they're gone. What the hell? Didn't mean to grab you so hard. Tears. A chiral allergy. So, you have dooms, like me.
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
What's your level? You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Level 2, then.
What are you doing here?
Trying to stay dry.
Oh, that Hellpoint, that Mac OS game, the Souls-like, yeah. Techverse, I'm playing the iPhone version of the game because the Mac version has failed to download for me. It's still only about 45% in. even though I got to 100% and then it failed. So I might do another stream this evening or tomorrow. So I'm running the iPhone version as like a compromise.
The man who delivers.
Important to remember that Switch is tailored to be a game console despite running an older ARM chip. iPhone is doing this, still having to be an iPhone in the background too. That's completely true. The iPhone is a general gaming phone, smartphone, browser, everything. It does cost a lot more than a Switch too. It's cost about 3 times more than a Switch, 4 times more.
A crypto byte a day keeps the time fall away.
What the hell is that? Eee. That's a level of graphical fidelity we didn't need for chewing on a worm or whatever that is.
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
Yeah, I thought Fragile Express had plenty of people.
Plenty of traitors. Not much left of us now, save for a few honest folks. And on top of that, not much left of me either. Got soaked from neck to toe.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries, that's all.
I'll be very careful about uploading Ryujin's gameplay on YouTube because you will get strikes and you will get demonetized if you upload certain games like Nintendo games. The Mac App Store was a great store around the time it was introduced. These days it is far behind anything like Steam. They really need to update it to modern standards. They need what they need is a curated game store which has all of the modern features of something like Steam. It's not an app. It shouldn't be a generalized app store. It should be a game launcher, and it should contain native Mac games, and it should also have game compatibility layers like Steam and Proton. They won't take my money. They say I don't have space, no SSD option.
But it can't wash everything away. The past just
You need double the amount of space. You need about 100 gigabytes or 150 gigabytes space free in order to just download the game. Very irritating. Especially because you can't specify where you want the game to be downloaded to. €23 in Greece. Is it okay to upload gameplay from RetroArch emulated games? Probably okay. The game feels so blurry. It's so much Shanine, if you record videos, will your Mac performance get lower? You basically need a second computer and a capture card in order to not affect the Mac performance when you're trying to record gameplay. So if I were you, if you were like me, just get a PC and get like a 4K capture card, and then you won't affect your Mac's performance when you're streaming or recording like me. Jim says, if I were an Apple shoes, I would make a deal with Valve. I think, yeah. I mean, in interviews in the past, Valve, Gabe Newell said that they've tried to work with Apple before, and it hasn't really worked out. A bit worried I'm going to get just copyright striked from music, so I'm just going to... There's no music setting. It's only master... I can't tweak the audio settings? What's the point of having an audio settings menu if there are no audio settings to tweak? That's pointless. What is happening? That's janky. I wait for Mac Pro Tip to get M3 Max so he gives me his MT Mac. So how do I get across? Because I need to go across here, across that water, right? There's a cave here. Can I climb down? Or I think he could have made that jump. He could have done it. By the way, thanks a lot for introducing such good games before. I didn't had a great laptop for gaming, and after I bought MacBook Pro, what the hell's happening here? You can return to life from the seam. I died? Okay. Repatriate. Okay. By the way, guys, there is a Tomb Raider. What the fuck? Okay, that doesn't explain that much. You might have a rope. No haptics. Okay, interesting. Okay, I think I might have to replay this game on the Mac, and then I'll understand the game. I didn't remember. Did I skip a cutscene? Did I just jettison on my gear? I think what streaming has shown everyone is that I'm terrible at games. This is like one of those things. Where is scan? L1 just does this, so I don't know what this is supposed to do. I guess this is the way to the city. I think what I'm going to do is try this again later. Also, I've got my OBS, and the top left of my screen is obstructed by the actual stream. Yeah, I should be staring at the phone because I'll have less input lag as well. It's a beautiful game, I mean. even on this low-res blurry iPhone. Did I just lose a cargo just from tripping over? You can sideload on an iPad now using the Alt Store. You can run PP, SSPP, Dolphin, etc. Those all work if you wanted to do it. Is this scanning? Greekco, if you type in to Google Alt Store, I have tutorials on this, on how to set up Alt Store on a Mac and an iPad. It's basically a way of signing apps. You can sign up to 3 apps for free and you have to re-sign them every week. But basically it's a way of installing various game emulators. You can install Game Boy Advance, Dolphin, PPSSPP. Those all work. Pressing L1 here. Oh, I think it's R1. Okay. The future really is, you know, these ARM chips. Pretty amazing. So many more people game on a phone compared to a dedicated console. It's kind of crazy. I think that.
Beginning scan. Cargo verified. Thank you.
It's very interesting. What's happened here? Something's loading. Like a map loading? Which RE game port of Mac you liked? Resident Evil Village was good. RE4 was good. I mean, they're not necessarily my type of game. To be honest, I'm still playing Baldur's Gate 3. That's the game I'm really into right now.
Had to wait out the storm. Lost my bike.
Sounds like you've been through the ringer. Luckily, our good
Hike the landscapes, don't walk or run. Tenet has a good, right fitting quote that applies here. Do not try to understand it, feel it. Feels like an atmospheric game. I think once I get the Mac version with all the high graphical fidelity, I think I might enjoy this more. Did I do well? S, okay. Yeah, I imagine the iPhone 16 Pro will, will run this even better. I don't think it's 50 FPS on a phone. Okay, guys, I thank you very much for joining me on this stream today. So I'm really sorry that I didn't manage to get Death Stranding on Mac to actually work and play. I might just do another live stream tonight if I can get it running. If I can get it open, I do want to test it on the M3 Max. I have my M1 Max, M1 and M2 Mac as well. So I really want to do some comparisons. I need to get B-roll. I need to get actual video so I can make a main channel video on this as well. So it has to happen. And I can't wait to actually do it. But yeah, I've got to go pick up my kid, take her to tennis, and then wait for this to actually download. So anyway, thanks guys for watching the stream. Sorry to disappoint you. I might pop on later tonight or maybe tomorrow, do another stream. Need to record all of this footage and get it all working. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to get going now, but make sure to subscribe and make sure to keep up to date and check out my next stream, which might be as soon as about 6 hours from now. So anyway, thanks for watching. Ending the stream now. Bye-bye.